Hey, 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 everybody. Thank you for joining us. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? Here we is, boy.
Here it is, boy.
Again, thank you for joining us. So we have been talking about bullying. We've been talking about what have we been talking about? We've been talking about the hurting side of the bully. So now today we're going to talk about the other side of the bullying, the healing the one who hurts. So whether it's a kid or an adult, e- everybody bully, every age range, starting with toddlers, kicking, biting, pushing. That's physical bullying. So yes, as young
Taking
as
toys,
say that again.
taking toys away, or
Yeah,
throwing stuff at people,
yeah.
all types of stuff.
And then seniors, they bully when they're ignoring others and excluding others from being a part of their group or their activity or whatever it is. So all age ranges, starting at toddlers.
Yeah.
So welcome back to Where's the Bullying. Today we're not just talking about bullying in schools. You want to go ahead?
Where's the love?
What did I say? Where's the bullying?
Where's the bullying?
Yeah, we ain't talking about the bullying. We see where it is. I'm excited. So where is the love? so so go ahead.
All right, so here's where you can watch this show. You can tune in right now on our YouTube channels, Love Misunderstood Institute, or Premier Fitness 0210. Also, you can go to Roku and search PODTV. Let me slow that down. I said that too fast. PODTV Live, LIVE. You can also go to, I already said our YouTube channels. What
Yeah.
about Amazon Fire?
Uh yes.
So we're on
Sorry.
Amazon Fire as well. We're on LinkedIn. We're all over the place.
I think yeah. Um so those are places you can watch us. And here's why this matters. Many people think bullying is a childhood issue, but adults bully too, like we just said, from ages 8 to 48, um,
And beyond.
and beyond. So seniors are older than 48. So anyway, so we're gonna tell you how you can help the bully. And they use different tools. So when adults do it, they're using different tools. We gave you a few tools that that toddlers use, or a few things and ways that toddlers do it, and a few ways that seniors do it too. So words, adults do it by words, power, silence, control, position, influence. And just like children, adult bullies are often acting from unresolved pain. We have shared on our last few shows, we have been talking about the different things that bullies exhibit, the different things that they do. So we've been talking about how and recognize a bully. So now we're adding more to it, but now we're talking about the healing side. So we
Right.
don't only want to talk about the rough side. We want to talk about how to help, because we all need help. We all got junk we carrying. I say that all the time. We all got backpacks full of stuff we carrying, hurting,
The
pain.
bag lady.
Yeah, and you're gonna hurt your back if you don't get it off your back. So
You
how about
heard the
that?
name? What
So
she said? Say it for the person in the back of the room who didn't hear
so go ahead and tell them some signs of pain.
For sure. All right, so we also have to understand, like, and just adding on to what you said, like a bully doesn't bully for no reason.
Right.
First off, bullying is a copied behavior. Kids see people bullying adults, and then they do it themselves, and they
Yep.
continue that pattern until it's corrected throughout their entire lives.
Yep.
So even though bullies are buttholes, they're buttholes because they're in pain as well.
Yep.
And so, and so kind of just to give a full scope of the fact that bullies are humans as well, and they feel things. They just don't have a constructive way of processing those feelings that they feel. So
Right.
here are some signs of the pain that the bully may be experiencing, and it's for kids and adults alike. They have a need for control.
Yep.
They publicly humiliate others. They have passive aggressive behavior. They manipulate. They use emotional manipulation. That's a bad one right there. Having big, loud, explosive reactions or outbursts because you're not getting what you want.
You froze.
Unfortunately, that's one that we see often. It's either, and generally speaking, it's either explosive reactions, going off, or they retreat strategically. You know, also a lack of accountability. So,
Different age, same root.
right, agreed.
So here's how to help. First, separate the person from the behavior. If we do that more often, we would not be angry at people so much. So we have to do that, separate the person from the behavior, and let them know your behavior is not okay. I'm not putting up with that. I'm not dealing with that. But you, as a person, you matter to me. But
Right,
that behavior don't. I'm not putting up with that.
right,
So, second, teach emotional language. Many adults were never taught how to process emotions. And that's so true. I mean, just like mental health is now a huge thing, we
right,
weren't taught how to, we didn't know how to regulate our emotions because we weren't taught. We got in trouble so much for our behaviors. But I mean, that's how we understood how to handle things. And
right.
we understood that that was the right way. So, the third is to build healthy power. Um, Purpose over dominant. So if you think that way, that will help you help somebody and not, try to do some damage to them. Fourth, address the root causes, trauma, insecurity, learned behavior, and fear. Address those root issues, and then you're helping. Fifth, set firm, loving boundaries, compassion with the accountability. So we have to be more compassionate towards people, and and what they're experiencing, because we don't know what people are experiencing. And I was just talking to some ladies. I'll tell that story in just a minute. The final one is to teach repair, not just punishment. So I was talking to some ladies last week, and I was telling them, we um, I just met you. And, and I said, however long it was, I just met you a month ago, 2 months ago. I know what I've seen since I've been with you, but you are this old. And I have no idea what you experienced for all of those years before me, before I met you. So
Right,
I'm getting, what, part of what you experienced. So if that is a negative experience, if your experience was negative and you haven't learned how to deal with your issues, you haven't learned how to address your issues or to build resilience and to do things like that, that's what I'm getting. You upset with me and are short patient with me, and I didn't say all of this to them, but you know, you're short patient with me and I have no idea why, or I said something that triggered you and I didn't know, that was going to trigger you. I would rather not see you, in a position where you're triggered because of something I said or did, when I meant no harm. So that's
Right.
just something I just added. That I didn't say all of that to the ladies, but we don't know what people have experienced. So we're not around, the same people 24 hours a day. So we have no idea what you might be 40 or 50 years old. I don't know what the heck you experienced all them years. I just met you a year ago. So that means if you're 50, 49 years of experience that I don't know nothing about unless you shared some of it with me. But that's
Yeah.
still not, giving me the whole picture of what your life experience is. You want to add something?
Yeah, for sure. So like, and we talked about this before. I think it's really important, like for us, uh, and you stated it earlier, like that we all have our own ish.
Yep.
We've been through, hell and back, all of us, in one way or another.
Yep.
And I think the biggest thing for me, one of the biggest things, should I say, is recognizing, like for instance, speaking about myself, because I can only speak on me,
Yep.
uh, truthfully and in depth. But when something triggers me, that just triggers also the knowledge that I got some more work to do,
Yep.
you know, and realizing in that
Yes.
moment that I was triggered by this, but it wasn't intentional from that person who caused the trigger, you know.
Right.
It's so is this action that mimics something in my mind that came from my past, something that
Right.
was part of my character building perspective. And now I have to be aware of the fact that I'm triggered in this moment. And now I have to do some work on my own. Regardless of what
Right.
that other person did, the other person is a reflection of that which came up for you.
Yep.
And we have to understand that. Like, it's not that they did whatever they did intentionally to hurt you. It
Right.
just brought up something from your past that is still in the process of healing if you're consciously working on it.
Right.
And another thing, like we
Yep.
have to make the effort constantly to work on ourselves. Be constantly like checking in with yourself. Yo, man, like that something that person said or did piss me off. Now, was
Yep.
it what they did, or is it something that
I
that was
need to
triggered
work
from?
on.
Well, I mean, either way, it's something that you need to work on. If it pissed you off, it took you from a state of peace to a state of anger. So that's something
Yeah.
that you need to work on first and foremost. And now we're trying to find the root. What's the root cause of why this triggered me? It wasn't this
Yeah.
act. You know, this was an act that was authentic in the moment, and it triggered me for whatever reason. So now I have to realize, oh, I'm triggered by this, and it reminds me of. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you have to track back in your mind, like what started that? What was the seed?
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big thing. Just self awareness. This
Yeah.
entire life that we live, we can acquire so much knowledge on the outside, but the biggest thing in the road to true enlightenment and and true freedom is knowing thyself. Know
Yeah.
thyself,
Yep.
and then you'll understand the world outside of you because we have the world that we create starts within us. It starts in our minds,
Yep.
mind over matter. So we
Yep.
created this stuff from our minds, and then it manifests outwardly. So
Yeah.
we have to realize our part in creating the reality that we experience,
Yeah.
and that's something I tell myself every day. Like, and it's hard. On some days, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like realizing that I am the orchestrator of this chaos or beauty.
Yeah.
Either way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I have to be if I want to live a healing journey, then I have to be the medicine, the salve for that healing that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So, and that's majorly important. Like taking radical responsibility of your reality.
Yeah.
You're the creator of your reality, the orchestrator of your everyday outcome.
Yeah.
Got to take that, and it's hard sometimes, and it's supposed to be because if it was easy, everyone would do it,
Yep.
and everybody be walking around healed and hey, well, you know what? Oh, ooh, well, you know what? That's because this old childhood trauma. It don't
Yep.
go like that.
And we're the orchestrators because we have choice in
Right.
everything. This is what it is. Do I want that? I
Right.
have a choice. I can take that. I can look, at it in a deeper way. There's
Yeah.
something other than this. And it's funny that you're talking about that because I put out a short video of me, one of my speaking engagements a few years ago. I
Mhm.
put out a short clip talking about love. I'm looking for love in all these places and all
Right.
these people. They didn't know how to love me, and I didn't know what I was looking for. I mean, I said love, but I knew what my vision and what my
Right.
perspective of love was, but not what love really was. And so I'm
Right.
looking all outside of me and getting all this abuse and getting all these things, negative things, and some positive experiences happening to me. And
Yeah.
then all I heard was, you need to learn how to love yourself. You keep, expecting me to love you. And you know where that came from.
Yeah.
Chris.
I do.
Yep. So you looking for
Rest in peace,
love.
Chris.
Yeah, and you looking for love in me, and I love you. I don't have to say it; I just do, But you want me to keep saying it to you, so that's why you keep saying it to me. And then I said, "Well, how do you love yourself?" And he said, "I don't know. You just do it." Well, that didn't help me, but love was on the inside of me. I
Right.
didn't know that. I had love others as you have learned to love yourself. If you don't
So,
love
yeah.
yourself, you can't love nobody else.
And can
So I
expect love from others.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you can expect it, but
Well,
that's not what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a reflection of what's really happening.
say
So
that. Say that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
so I'm seeing, and somebody said that I'm on my post too. So what she said is so your family and people around you reflected back onto you what you were experiencing. Yes, I
Right.
said yes, ma'am.
Yep. Right. As
So
above, so below. As within, so without.
yep, yep,
Man. I kind of wanted to touch on something that you said earlier.
okay,
Number three, you said build healthy power, purpose over dominance. And I'm
yeah,
gonna make this one short, but something that people seem to not understand. They think that power means is you dominating other people.
yeah,
No, it's you tuning into your internal power,
yep,
your energy, your
yep,
inner God. Neither shall they say, "Lo here, lo there," for the kingdom of God is within you.
yep,
So God dwells within each of us. We are
yes,
spirit. We are spirit man wearing flesh. We are
yep,
spirit wearing flesh,
yep,
and and to think that me having power means I have to dominate you
yeah,
is missing the point entirely. You're missing the point.
yep,
It's knowing thyself.
yep,
Know thyself. Study thyself to show thyself approved.
yep,
Study thyself. Study you.
yep,
Study you to know your power and your weaknesses to become more powerful.
yeah,
Dominating others should never be the goal.
yep,
The goal is to influence. And that's a power that like will never leave
yeah,
because as you grow as a person who recognizes their own inner power, I don't have to dominate you to
right,
feel powerful. That's
right,
weakness. I don't have
right,
to dominate you to feel powerful. What kind of weak
yep,
stuff is that?
yep,
That's weak. That's
yep,
a weak mindset. I gotta push you down so I can stand up on you. No, you
yep,
got a weak mindset.
yep, that's
But
true.
I'm powerful because I know me. I know what I need to work on, and I'm constantly and consistently working on me. And as
That's
I become stronger within myself, the world around me flexes and molds to the power that I exert at
yeah,
each moment. As opposed to me being like, no, this is my power. Oh, give it to me.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's not power. It's not
yeah,
power at all. That's
no,
weakness. A weak man always has to put other people down and stand on their backs.
yeah,
But if you were strong and truly strong and powerful within yourself, you can stand on your own. You could be
Yep.
5 foot tall and still stand within your own energy, 22
Yep.
feet tall. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
That's true power. Power
Yep.
within you.
Yep. And understanding after you got through preaching. Preach.
Freak me
but but right.
now.
But understanding that power is choice. I mean, the choice. I have the power to be a, a better me, just adding to what you said. I have a choice to
Right,
be a better me or to be that explosive me that wants to dominate and control, in a negative way. And,
right,
it's about controlling, choosing to control your emotions. And that's power.
right,
That's powerful. And choosing to
right,
be wise in the way you treat others and the things that you say, to
right.
other people. And so when you were talking about, putting people down, people look, at that as that's the kind of power I'm supposed to have. No, that means nothing. You're hurting people. That's negative. That's bullying. And so,
That's a weakness.
yeah, it is definitely a weakness. You want to add anything else?
Nah, I mean, kind of going back to and recapping what we both just said. Like power, true power is held within. It's not
Yeah,
about outward domination of others. It's about,
right.
and it's not even about domination of yourself. It's about mastering yourself,
Yeah,
knowing your your flaws, your strengths, your gifts, and then constantly working to elevate who you are.
yeah,
And it don't take stepping on nobody's back to get that done. That's personal internal work
yeah,
that should be done at all times.
right,
I can't be focused outwardly trying to push you down and still work on me because I got to
right,
watch you to make sure that you do what I want you to do
right. Yeah,
so that I feel powerful over you.
right,
But if I'm doing it within me, I don't need you to be, oh, yes, master, for me to feel
right,
powerful.
right.
Yeah, that's just not how it goes.
Yeah, that, that's good.
Anyway, but so I'm gonna give you some real life scenarios. Um, so a child mocks another student. Does that sound powerful? Sounds like
Nope.
a bully who's searching for power. An
Yep.
adult belittles a coworker. Again, same thing. Why do you have to
Yeah.
belittle someone to feel powerful? Different settings, same damage. We do the same things over and over again in different places and expect different results. The
Yep.
goal is power manipulation. And both require healing, not just discipline. So,
Yeah.
you
So
about
I
to say
want
something?
to no.
Okay.
So I just want to add to. I just want to give the audience a reflection question. Where have you seen pain turn into power? Think about it.
Right.
And what
Are
did
you
that?
holding? Sorry.
Sorry. And what did that do to you? When you seen pain turn into power, how did that make you feel?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, so as an audience member, hello. um, I've turned pain into power consciously through like as an art form for me. And we talked about this. We used to talk about this a lot. You meditate and you listen to, water or nature sounds and things like that.
Yeah.
I turn my pain into music,
Yeah.
or I may get on my yoga mat and exercise, or go for a run, or like literally transmutating, painful energy into something that's going to make me better,
Yep.
as opposed to marinating in the pain
Yeah.
and being stuck.
Yep. Because that's what happens. You get stuck and stay stuck until you
Right,
make a choice to get out of that. I don't want this no more. Mark said,
right.
I turn pain into reflections and theater. That's awesome.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's a perfect. It's a perfect. Not venue. What is the term? Perfect way to transmute the energy into
Yeah.
something like reflective. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's great.
So the next reflection question is: are you holding hurt that's showing up as harm?
Mm.
That's a major one right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And it could be like harm against others or harm against yourself. Are
Yeah.
you holding on to hurt that's showing up as harm anyway?
Yeah.
You know, are
And
you
that
lashing
goes,
out at?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are you lashing out at people? Are you going within and disconnecting to your own self? Are you drinking to cover up things? Are you, you know, like, man, there's so many ways that hurt shows up as harm within the self.
Yep.
Um,
And so you gotta we have to remember that we have a choice. I
yeah,
mean, you just use the example of drinking. Whatever you're doing, you know, to cover up something.
right,
Is that really what you want? I mean, is that helping you?
right,
If that's not helping you, then it's time to make a choice again. So the power of choice, we got to
right,
do it in everything. This is not good for me, you know, or you know whatever else it is could be good for you. So if whatever it is is not good for you, then you have a choice. Okay, so I know it's not good for me. It's doing this to me, or could prospectively do this. So what's my choice in this? What do I want to do?
right.
Uh, Go ahead and comment, and then I'm gonna say something. Mark put something in here I want to read. Go ahead.
Oh, so again, just recapping this point. Oftentimes we find ways to escape, uh, as opposed to tuning in, and I have the tendency to do that as well. I have to be completely honest with myself. Um, I have times where, you know, I'll drink, to numb,
Cover. Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Go
to,
ahead.
to numb
Keep talking.
to numb something that I'm feeling, because especially like around, and we talked about seasonal depression.
Yeah.
I think, was it a year ago or two?
Two, I think.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I deal with seasonal depression,
Oh
especially,
yeah, on our show 2 years ago.
yeah,
Yep.
too, right. So I deal with seasonal depression because I miss my kids. You know, um, I miss the close relationship that I have with them,
Yeah.
and the one of the biggest things is, you know, just honoring the fact that in this particular situation, I have no control,
Yeah.
and as a protector, like that's one of the hardest things for me. Um, so, and it doesn't help at all, but and it's no excuse. But in those times, sometimes I drink heavily
Yeah.
because I just, the hurt that I feel deep within, because I'm missing my children, and I know that, like, it's not fair how all this stuff went down to create a
Yeah.
situation where I can't be around my children. It creates a deep anger within me,
Yeah.
and I still can't do anything with it, but I
Yeah.
feel it deeply. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, in those times when I'm not aware enough to get up and go hit the punching bag or hit my yoga mat or something, you know what I mean? And sometimes even after I do that, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's still there on your shoulder, like, okay,
Yeah.
you hit the punching bag. Now
But I'm
what? Like,
still here.
right,
Yeah.
exactly that. You did all of that,
Yeah.
and I'm still here.
Yeah.
So it's just a process, man, and just being so aware of how you're feeling deep down, processing it the best you can in a healthy way, and not like bleeding on other people. That's the
Yeah.
big thing, and that's
Yeah.
hard, especially when you have people around you that genuinely and deeply love you. It's easy. It's an easy thing to bleed on to other people. It's easy. It
Yeah.
takes effort to consciously be like, you know what? I'm feeling frustrated about something else.
Yeah.
This situation is not while I'm upset,
Yep.
but it's in the moment I'm upset, and then this is added to it, and
Yeah.
now it's a thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So just being aware in that moment that, man, I'm hurting right now.
Yeah.
I feel deeply sad,
Yep.
and it's okay.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest things I had to start telling myself. It's okay to
Yeah.
feel deeply sad, and having the support system around you. Thankfully, you and Danica helped me out a lot with that. Mike and BA too. Like, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you feeling sad. I mean, this situation is saddening. So, feel it, process it, try to do, something that's going to help you process it in a healthy manner, healthy, constructive manner, and then just keep on moving, man, because everything is transitory.
Yeah. So it's amazing when people can admit that, acknowledge this is how I feel, you
Right.
know, and when a person can, like you said, okay, yeah, just so now you punch the punching bag, but you still, the feeling is still here. So now what?
Right.
And I was, this morning, the pastor was talking about, um, he was talking about, well, I'll just say this part. He said men hurt too, because he was talking about women hurt. And he
Right.
was giving some examples of his own life story. And
Yeah.
he's married. And so he was talking about that, and he was, saying, basically he was saying women don't think like men. I'm narrowing it down. Women don't think like men, and whereas he thought he was doing a good thing or the right thing, it wasn't right in his wife's, eyes. And then
Mm-hmm.
he said, and we don't show our feelings. He said men are taught not to show their feelings. And so he said, but men hurt too. He said, we cry, we cry. We don't let you see us do it. But we cry too. We hurt too. And I said, yes, they do. And I was thinking about Gene, when he was saying that, and how I watched and seen and, was around him, expressing his pain and his hurt. And so, some people don't think like that. Men don't hurt, they think, because men don't, show them that they're hurt. But men have feelings too. And he said that, and I agree with it. And, you know, um, and I agree with it loudly because it hurts to see people hurting each other and not caring about, whether they're hurting people or not. I want what I want, and I want it the way I want it. And if you don't want to do it the way I want it, then you can't, then I'm going to hurt you. And so some people think like that, and it's so unfortunate because some people are just hateful in their way of thinking, and one-sided in their way of thinking. Um, so Mark said sometimes our young people escape through video games or through toxic relationships. Some adults
Yep.
even go into drinking and porn to escape their pains. Yes, so
Yep.
true. And then he also said the Latin show that airs before our show pointed out that 1 in 4 women have been abused. It's equally as bad for men, 1 in 7.
If not worse.
And
Okay.
yep,
Right. Understand.
yeah, and so I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying that the pastor was saying men hurt too. Men
Mm-hmm.
have feelings too,
We
and
cry too.
and
Yeah.
I said yes, they do. And I mean, it might be shocking to men, to hear me, say that. I'm gonna stand up for you because I know you hurt too. I know
Yeah.
you have feelings too,
Right.
and so I know with me, saying that loudly and agreeing with him, being a man, that might have caught some people off guard, men and women,
Right.
in the congregation. But, I know, just from being, experiencing, your situation that you just talked about and in that pain, that you're feeling. So what did you want to add?
Yeah. So a lot. I'm gonna speak for me. for me alone. Um, man, I must admit, like I have a weekly crying session, and it's not
Yeah.
like I never plan it. It always comes at the times I don't want it to come. Right before I have to go to work or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like
Grief grief has no
yeah,
time.
right,
It's like grieving
right,
somebody's death. That's how that happens.
right, right. And there's a I forget there's a psychology term. I think it's what you just said. It's like grieving the death of a relationship or grieving the death of a
Something is
relationship
going on
in the
with
form
your
of a bug.
audio.
Yeah, you
So,
keep skipping in and out too.
Mark, is it something on your end or is it something on us?
You're coming through clear, Stephanie, and everything like that, but he is coming in and out and everything like that. But you're coming across clear and all along those lines. So I don't know if you've got to take off the earbud or maybe go back in and out like we do sometimes. But yeah, I'm hearing you clearly, but he is going in and out and everything.
All right, so check it. I'm going to say this statement, then I'm going to go out and connect my headphones, and then I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So, shoot. Yeah. Oh, okay. So something that my wife, Danica, um, is like she told me she's been telling me this for a while. Like maybe you need to have like schedule a day where you cry just to get it out. You know, create a an environment for yourself where you feel comfortable to just let your emotions come all the way out. Because for me, like if I don't, and we've talked about this before, um, when I'm full up with grief and sadness, it turns to anger.
Yeah.
Um, and when I get angry, I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to talk. I don't have nothing to say. I just want I want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Uh, and you know, in increments, being left alone is okay as long as you're able to truly reflect and heal from the situation. But if you're, which I have a tendency to do, I have a tendency to ruminate. I I will play a scenario a million freaking times in my head to check could I have done this better? Could I have done that better? This was done and that was done and so on and so forth. So much so that I virtually like, not insane, but I drive myself angry,
Yeah.
constantly thinking and contemplating about a situation that I have to come back to the real after all of that. I go back to the reality that all I have control over is me and my reaction to the situation.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And and that, and that pisses me off too.
Yeah. Because you really want to be able to control the
Right,
situation.
right.
Yeah.
Or add to it or influence it. And I feel like in this particular situation with, you know, you know what I'm talking about. I feel
Yeah.
like I have no say so at
Yeah.
all. And I
Yeah.
hate that feeling with a passion.
Yeah.
Like with a passion. I hate it.
Yeah.
But again, I realize that that is the fact. The fact is I have no control over them.
Yeah.
I only have control over me.
Yeah.
And that is a lot of work in itself.
Yeah.
Before you disappear, I had a quick question for both of you. I thought I'd ask directly and everything along those lines, which is the Native Americans have this thing called the sweat lodge, and I think that that's their place that they can cry and everything like that. So is that something that more
Yeah.
societies like the African Americans and even Africans and Europeans need to deal with as well? Because I think about the sweat lodge, and that is a place that they can go be by themselves, sweat it out, and just kind of like ruminate on whatever is on their mind and everything like that. But I was just wondering because I know you're into
Right.
yoga, Gene, your thoughts around that because that's as you were talking about needing a crying space. That's the first thing that came to my mind was I have friends that are part of the native culture and they oftentimes talk about going out into that sweat lodge.
Yeah. Yep. I absolutely agree with that. The sweat lodge is necessary. Just the process of finding a space where you can process emotions in a healthy, constructive manner. And even in those sweat lodges, like they have a person who guides you through those emotions. Some of them have certain herbs that help heighten things. Some don't. It all depends on the participant. But it's an environment where the person gets to come in there and process a certain emotion, certain things that they're going through in a healthy, guided, constructive manner. And I feel like that's something, and even in some cultures, um, I don't remember if it's Jewish, maybe like, I mean, Jewish and Haddish or Haddish is a cluster. But they have like for women who are experiencing grieving, say, of a family member or something like that. They have a group of women who come together. They all wear black, they all wear veils, and they come together and cry with the person who's experiencing the grief to
Yeah.
help them process it, to let it out. Um, Again, in a supported and constructive manner. I, it's absolutely necessary. I think, man, like each of our support systems, like we all need to like do a weekly check in. Yo, how you feeling? You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. That's why I reach out to my friends like weekly. Hey, how you doing today? You know, what's going on? Everything good with you today? Hey, I'm just
Yeah.
checking in on you. You know what I mean? I think that's important, and just creating that safe space for a person to express themselves openly and be vulnerable as they can be
Yeah.
um, is so needed just across this society, across culture, period. Um, and yeah, sweat lodge. Yeah, I mean, because not only are you expelling negative emotions, you're also tuning up to higher vibrational energies within yourself. So I like you say this, and the nigga says this. Once you let out the pain and the anger or whatever you're feeling, what are you doing to fill yourself up with something positive on the back end? That's another
Yeah.
major thing. That's another major step that happens. We emote and we release, and then we kind of leave ourselves dehydrated, you know,
Yeah.
energetically, spiritually, and emotionally. So what are you putting back in to fill yourself back up with positive energy? You know, so yeah.
That's good. And you don't have to go out because you got better after we had that. You haven't been cutting out
Okay.
like that, so you don't need to go out.
Okay.
So so much has been said in this, and this is a healing conversation. Um,
Right.
and so I'm so glad that all of the things that's being shared in this show is being shared because it's about healing. Um, so you want to go ahead, and then I want to get to because we're going to do a little healing session, and I'm looking forward to this
Yeah.
because
Same.
it just goes right along with what we're talking about, what we're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. All right. So I want to make this clear. Stopping bullying is not about crushing the person. It's not about crushing the bully. It's about helping the bully come to a realization that they're a bully and
Yep.
they're abusing people, and then making the journey to healing themselves, which will help heal other people. So
Yep. It's about healing the pain that created the behavior. So look at the behavior, but don't stay there. You know,
right,
there's a reason why this behavior was initiated because of
right.
some pain. And when we heal together,
People
we change.
change
Come on
families,
now. Yep. Workplaces
workplaces, and
and
communities.
communities. So bullying is not an age problem, it's a healing problem. And so we're going to ask you some more questions, but I want to get to some, and these are some questions to help you think about, you know, what you're actually doing to think about what's actually happening with you. You want to say something before we get to the healing?
Uh, just again going back to something that was stated earlier, awareness is the biggest thing, and this is why we're doing these trauma healing questions, because they're to awaken your consciousness about your healing process. What do
Yep.
you need? Like the goal is to always realize and recognize what you need. I need
Yep.
this to feel whole. I
Yep.
need that to feel whole. And it's all about yourself. So we do self reflective questioning to bring awareness to where you are in your healing journey.
So we're gonna do the trauma healing questions, and then we're gonna go to the healing session part of it. Um, so just know it. You know, with us asking you these questions, these aren't questions to judge yourself with. They're questions to help you heal. So when you feel the need to control a situation, what emotion is usually underneath that? You can do the next few.
All right. Uh, so, what hurts are you still carrying that you never had space to talk about? Kind of going back to
Yeah.
what we were saying earlier. Who hurt you in a way that you never received an apology for?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I say something about that real quick?
Go ahead.
Oftentimes in your healing journey, you will not receive an apology from the person who's wronged you.
Right.
So I'm saying this because I do not want you, as our audience, and I'm speaking to both of us as well, to get caught up on seeking apology, which allows you the key to start your healing journey. Nine
Yeah.
times, don't expect an apology. Set the boundary. Sometimes you got to cut ties,
Yep.
but understand that forgiveness is healing for both parties, but mostly yourself.
Yep.
Because first you got to forgive yourself for allowing the situation to happen.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. And then second, forgiving them for being the face of or the action aspect of this particular wound that has been sustained. But when you can forgive yourself first, forgive them second, and realize that you may not get an apology from them, you can go on about your healing journey and not expect a thing from them. And that's true power.
That's awesome.
All right, so when you lash out, what are you really protecting inside of yourself?
Mm.
It's a big one.
Yep.
All right,
Go
so
ahead.
what did you learn about power, love, and safety growing up? Like what practices for those things were mimicked for you or mirrored for you? How did those around you um, manifest power? Was it domination of others or was it power within themselves? When it was love, was it a control mechanism or was it self love emanating outwardly? And how did safety look growing up for you? You know, was it I hide myself away from people or that I fight everybody or somewhere in the middle? Balance is always needed.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to throw them hands. Go ahead.
So, what fear shows up when you feel disrespected or ignored? Where did you learn that being strong meant being harsh? Mm.
Man, that's a question right there.
Yep. What part of you feels unseen or unheard right now? What would healing look like for you? Not just change.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, who do you need support from but haven't asked?
Mm.
Ask not, you get not. You have
There you go.
not.
Closed mouth don't get fed, like they said.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do a 3 to 5 minute guiding healing moment here. So Healing doesn't start with blame, it starts with brave reflection. So, before we close, and I just said we want to offer a moment, and this is not for information, but this is of healing.
Right. And self-reflection.
Yep.
You want me to do it?
Yep.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first off, before we do anything on the healing aspect, I want us to ground ourselves. So, please, everyone, bring your feet to the ground so you feel all 10 toes and all 4 points of both feet grounded into the earth beneath you. I want you to sit up as tall as you can, long spine, chin tucked down towards your chest. You can even take your right hand and put it over your heart. Now, I want you to take a deep inhale through your nose, fill your lungs all the way up to the top. And on your exhale, completely empty both lungs from top to bottom. And hold there for a quick beat. And then big inhale all the way up to the top. And hold there for two. One. Exhale all the way down to the bottom. And again, hold there for two beats. One more just like that. Big inhale all the way up. And hold for two. One. And exhale all the way down until you're empty. So any stress or residual trauma recedes. Take a big inhale. And if you've closed your eyes, I want you to begin to blink them open. And exhale, just release any tension or stress that may reside in the body from holding your breath for even that time. I want to dive deep into ourselves. All right, so the first question is, what does feeling disrespected mean to you? And where did you first learn that feeling? And again, these are things that you can write down. These are things that you can keep inventory in your head. Whatever works for you, I want you to do. You can even do a voice recording. Second, when did you learn that being kind felt unsafe?
Mm.
That's a big one right there,
Yep.
man. What are you afraid would happen if you softened? Afraid people will run over me.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, number four, what part of your story still feels unfinished? Number five is who, how, how were you taught? Who were you taught to be strong for? I get it now. Were you taught to be strong for yourself, or were you taught to be strong for others? It's a big question.
Yep.
Uh, what do you do with your pain when no one is watching? That's a big thing because a
Yep.
lot of our lives in this society is taught to be we're taught to be performative as opposed to being authentic and genuine within ourselves.
Yep.
You have an ugly cry. Sometimes ugly cries are so necessary. Ooh, that was ugly. You let it out. I have those sometimes. Like, ooh, I know that looked ugly.
Everything can be pretty, and everything
You
ain't
know?
gonna be pretty.
I mean, in the healing journey, most things are going to be ugly.
Yep.
And that's just the fact.
Yep.
And it's a good thing because you're being authentic, you're being vulnerable, you're being true. And
Yep.
that's what's needed. We're taught to hide, we're taught to put on, we're taught to constantly perform. And that's exhausting.
Yep.
But it's the people who don't perform that are called the weirdos.
Yep.
I'm a happy weirdo.
Yeah.
So this is a big question for me. Number seven. What does safety feel like in your body?
Mm.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
What does safety feel like in your body? That's a question I'm gonna go back to a few times today.
Yeah.
Uh, when have you confused control with security? It's another good one. What are you still trying to survive, even though the danger is past? Man, trauma will keep you like this at all times if you
Yeah.
don't allow yourself to take those deep inhales and release it. And
Yep.
then release it after you acknowledge that there's a problem there. The first step to
Yeah.
healing is acknowledgement.
Yep.
And what would it be like to give yourself the compassion you demand from others? Excuse me.
So now we're gonna ask some questions for those who has been impacted by bullying. So number one, where have I used my words, position, or silence to hurt instead of heal? Number two, how do I respond when I feel powerless? Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
are you responding out of pain? Are you responding out of love? Are you responding out of kindness? How are you responding when you feel powerless?
Right.
And then number three, what pain in me still needs attention? When you're triggered, Gene already talked about it. When you're triggered, that means something in you needs attention. You got to pay attention to it, and you got to admit that it's there, and you got to admit, make a choice as to whether you want it or not. If you
Right.
want to be relieved of it, then you pursue that. If you want to hold on to it, you're going to be angry, you're going to lash out at other people, you're going to hurt other people continuously because you're not dealing with the issue at hand.
And you're going to be internally lonely because you're not dealing with your own shadow. And so when you don't deal with your shadow, the shadows envelop everything around you.
Yeah,
It's when you shine light into those shadows where you're able to come to terms with, oh, okay, this is what I'm dealing with.
yeah,
And that's important.
yep. So here's another question. Who taught me how to handle conflict and how did they handle it? So, with that, people teach you one thing, say one thing, but do something else. So, you have to eat the meat and chew the bone, so to speak.
Hey,
Did what they say, if they didn't do it, then that means I have to decipher. Yep. I have to decipher which one of these is really right because you said this, but you did that. So,
right. Yep.
um, and then what does healthy power look like in my life?
Mm, mm, yes.
Another, go ahead.
No, I just said yes. That's a powerful question.
Yep. And so this is going to be the last question because we're out of time here. So, where do I need to set boundaries instead of building walls? Oh, get to it, get to it.
Can I add the last one? I think this is important.
Yep.
Let's end with this.
Go ahead.
How can I practice accountability, self accountability, and accountability for others with compassion,
Yep.
not control?
Yeah.
Man, mm, I say.
So, y'all, this has been a great show of healing. We've given you some information. We have shared some information with you that should have opened your eyes to looking at life in another perspective of, we usually don't want to heal people that hurt us. We don't want to help them heal. But on this show, what we just shared is we have to help people heal. Not only seek our own healing, but first seek our own healing and then, help others seek theirs. What's your last words so we can
Because
close?
I mean, people who hurt people are hurting as well. So we
Yep.
have to realize that same pain within ourselves, and give ourselves and others that same love and compassion and empathy.
Yep.
That's
And with that, we're ending our show. We're sending you peace and love. Take care. See you next Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.